they carry, we know want to carry farm again. Look at what farm, what cow just did in my farm. He just entered my farm last night, destroy all my pineapple farm, chop my pineapple farm, all my yam. I'm tired to carry farm. I beg government should talk proof for this issue. Look at my cassava, look at my yam, everything. I beg you, may not help me talk to government to there's a fast solution to it. I beg look at everywhere in the farm. I don't just see everywhere. When I look at everywhere, just see. Look at this big pineapple. Look at the big pineapple. He chop everything. Just see. I don't know what to do. Just see all the pineapple. When I look at the plantain. They chop all the whole plantain, the whole farm. All the whole plantain. All the whole plantain. I'm tired. They finish me. They don't finish me for this farm. Cow. They finish me. That's the reason I want to video the farm. So that I will show the government. Government, men I can't tell. Men I tell me what to do. Men I advise me. Am I going to leave the farm or I will continue? Look at them. Don't look at the farm. Look at everything. See them. Look at the farm. They don't chop the whole pineapple. And be spending money into this farm since last 2 years. Spending money. I don't spend almost 8 million. They don't chop the whole pineapple. And I will help you. I want to show the government so that men have asked me what to do. Am I going to leave the farm or I will continue again? That is the reason I did video the farm. Thank you very much. I greet everybody. I'm just talking from Uroli Kingdom. Uroli. Now for the talk. So Uroli East West. Now for the talk. I bless everybody. I want to greet.
I said, if Ahmed Bola Tinubu fails, hold me responsible.
You say?
I say, if Tinubu fails, hold me responsible.
Thank you.
The job people are already angry that this is the worst government.
We have just started.
We must learn a lesson. This man!
You're gonna trust man, Adam, Ojo, your eyes will see what your mouth cannot talk.
I mean, Okpebholo is in Kano. We don't know how much money he wants to give to the victims' family to compensate them. But farmers like that guy who spent 8 million naira in the last 2 years, hoping that he was making the best economic decision of his life, which he was supposed to be. He had a cultivated and orchard, pineapple orchard. He cultivated yam farm, cassava, banana, variety of stuff that ordinarily for that community, if his farm produce begin to yield, as we saw, it would have not only helped break the food inflation in that community. Many people like himself have been helping for decades to help quench food inflation in Nigeria before APC Okpebholo came to power. And when APC Okpebholo came, so did the Foolani terrorists as well, whose only mission is to lead their cows at first into people's ripe farms, destroy them, destroy the source of food of the people. And 8 years after that, Nigeria is battling with abject multi-dimensional poverty. Never seen before hardship. That they have land, but they can't feed themselves. But a governor is right here in the north. It's so crazy, man. It's like this almost everywhere. And this is the best you can get. Because anything after this, they will kill you on that farm. Like nothing will happen.
They don't carry this guy cow enter where people dey stay.
No, no carry this guy come inside again, no.
This guy cow enter where people dey stay.
No carry inside again, no.
not be the same. I can't try cow at all.
Too many now.
Tire. This guy like come with this. Can't call it take a chance for what people they say. Can't call it take their face. We don't get. But don't carry this guy cow at all where people dey.
Since we have been calling out supposed northerners to speak up and speak up genuinely against the Foolani terrorism, which somehow has now sort of triggered the indigenous people of Nigeria to become suspicious and hostile, right? Which in itself is what led to these Uromi killings. The people have had enough, traumatized enough. They didn't even have the time to check if truly the guns they are holding or they caught them with were Dane guns. Nobody cared. They've been through a lot. They have been so traumatized, terrorized, like I said, that they only walk about like bottled, they walk about with bottled frustration. That whenever they have the chance of unleashing it, they are like beasts, animals, and nobody can really control. And that is the reason why we keep telling you that Nigeria is sitting on a keg of gunpowder. A lot of people believe that Nigeria will not implode when it reached its own crescendo, right? It will implode. Because majority of Nigerians that you are looking at that way, apart from the fact that they are suffering mental health problems, the level of frustration that they have bottled in, the day of rage, of anger, when they will express it, like irreparable. And nobody will care about who is who. And the way the tension is also rising as well, when some young people will put video out there to threaten people. And the South were like, okay, try it. Touch somebody and see what will happen. So now we have some northerners adding their own voice, trying their best to be or to sound neutral on this matter. But the fact that they are able to call out the hypocrisy of their own fellow northerners who have been reacting to this Uromi 16. So others are saying, what happened to the indigenous people who have faced so much terrorism that nobody seems to care? So there is a sort of like a breath of fresh air, right? People from that part of Nigeria. Listen to this first.
The killing of travelers in Uromi in Edo State has been the top of the news. But then today I am going to present it to you in a very different way that you have not seen it. And probably you are going to see the way you have contributed negatively to this killing, or probably the way somebody that you know have contributed negatively. Then I will also talk about the solution, the lasting solution. Me, I always go for lasting solution. The first thing I want to talk about is, please don't bring emotions here. You may not like what I will say here, or you may like what I say. But please, I want you to be logical. I want you to listen to it logically. Because I'm going to tell you the real truth here, the right thing, the exact thing that happened. What has occurred that they didn't tell you. Right? The first thing is transfer of aggression is the real thing that happened right there in Uromi. If you observe, it has occurred that the same people of that Uromi has protested before because of herdsman killing, the Fulanis killing them, raping their women and all that. That is what is present in the news. Okay? Now, to anybody, sometimes it is easy for you to take decision based on the fact that you are in the other side. But if you switch the coin, right? Let's see how your reaction is going to be like. For anybody that have find itself in such situation, for any place, right, any community, it is very easy for them to transfer the aggression when they see people that are similar. How existing anger, they immediately transfer it into these people and they kill them in a very, very, very dangerous way, in a humiliating way. Okay? Now, what is the background story that I want you to understand a little bit? That is why I say don't bring in emotion. First of all, if you have been following, you will see that there have been videos of Fulanis going to people's farm, cutting their cassava and give it to their cows to feed. Their cow is their investment. The Fulanis, their cow is their investment. Then the people's cassava is their own investment. So it means they are destroying other people's investment in order to build their own investment. But what happened? If you bring up such videos to the internet, what happened is that the northerners, right, will try to justify it, saying that they're saying all sorts of things just to justify it, while the West and other places, right, they will try to what? Say how evil it is and other, which means two people, two different regions, right, cannot agree on the reality. All of us are playing around it. And I'm taking you to somewhere why the government will never take us serious. Right? Then the next thing is, look at the reactions of this incident from the south and the north and other parts. You see that the northerners are condemning it so much. It's so dangerous. But the southerners, when they condemn it, they will bring in previous incidents that occurred, but they will now say that, okay, look at them, they have this Fulani, they have done this, they have done this, they have done this before, which means they are not really condemning it as the people in the north are condemning it. Right? Now, I'm taking you somewhere. Now, the next thing is, what is the solution? What is the solution? The solution is very simple and very difficult to effect it. Almost all of us know, but it is very difficult to effect. The first thing is, we need to agree on evil, irrespective of the region we are. If you are from the north, if there is an evil, it is an evil. You don't care who is involved. What you worry about is, this thing is evil and it should be fighted. We should collectively fight it. If a Fulani man come out with video on the internet tomorrow that, okay, this video is cutting people's cassava and all that, we should collectively fight it and ensure that that Fulani man is brought, the guy is punished under the law. If a southerner, like it happened now, let's all agree, it doesn't have to be only north or south or east. Let's all agree and fight it the same way we fight the Fulani man. If something happened to Muslims that is bad, either government or whatever, let's all Muslims and Christians come together and fight it as evil. This is an evil thing and we disagree with this. If something happened to the Christian, let's all of us come together and fight it as evil, that this is evil and we cannot tolerate it. If there is an injustice to some people, a group of people, let's say for instance now, what is happening with Shia people, right? What is happening with them now? It happens that you are not among them, but it is clear that this is an injustice. For instance, I'm just saying an instance, I'm not sure it is the lawyers that can decide this, right? Let's all fight it. It doesn't matter, you are not a Shia, you are a Sunni, you are a Tariqa, you are a Christian, you are what. Let's all condemn it. The reason for this is this. The reason for this is that if we are always taking side because that side is not favoring us, then anytime that there is a switch, right? Let's say for instance, if now they are doing it with, let's say, Shia, and the Shia, there is an oppression. It is clear, for instance, that what they are doing, the Shia people are doing is right, is that the government is oppressing them. And you are siding with government because you are not a Shia member. Tomorrow, when the government come for you, Shia will also side with the government. Next tomorrow or any other day, when the Shia come for Christians, we, the most other Muslims, will also side with the government. And that is how it will continue. We will not be able to get effective solution to the problems we have in Nigeria. If something happened to Muslims, let CAN, the Christian Association of Nigeria, come out and defend and say it, then they should condemn it. They should work tirelessly as well to see that if it is government that is oppressing Muslims or let's all come out together and fight it. If it is Christian that is being oppressed,
You spoke well. Do you understand? Because that's like putting it exactly the way it is. You don't take sides when evil happens. And that is why on Mayegun's Diary Political, right, I speak on every injustice I come across. Not because I am directly affected, but because every injustice left unexposed or untackled is always going to come back to claim more victims. This time around or next time, it will be you. But if there is collective campaign against injustice, no matter whose else is got or who is the victim, it's also a way of possibly protecting yourself. And at the same time, you know, waking people up enough that you are likely going to have more voices behind you than to keep quiet until it becomes your turn. You get that now? So speaking up by not taking sides when you know this is wrong, right, is one very powerful move, right? That most of the time is the reason why we can't even have a conversation, right? Because everybody will be like, you didn't see anything when that happened. When it happened to so and so, you didn't see anything. You are not this so embittered. You look at you now that some of them have now come out to, in fact, double down by saying the atrocities of the past remained justified. So then, but in their midst as well, when you start seeing, you know, more and more people now speaking up in a very much like neutral, better ways, like a breath of fresh air, like I said, or called it earlier, breath of fresh air, you know, maybe we're more and more like this, kind of like a speak up, even if they are not that popular at first, but they have their own audience. And there will be more audience who have never been exposed to alternative facts before. Now they will have a chance of. And what that means is that in no long or distant future, they will probably begin to find it difficult to recruit the religious, tribal, and ethnic extremists, jingoists, to push their divisive agenda as they have been doing for, you know, for decades. Here is another one. I want you to listen.
With this video, I know I'm going to offend a lot of people, most especially the northerners, to me, that I think might not be, if you are not reasonable, this may annoy you and you may feel bitter. But I think it's high time we tell ourselves the truth. And what is that I want to say? You see, the fact is, what has happened in Uromi should be an eye-opener to the northerners. And what do I mean by that? Gone are the eras when people produce children that they cannot cater for. And at the end of the day, the children grow up and go to other states and be doing menial jobs like Shushena, cutting of grass, babambola, and the rest of it. That is what is causing sea finish. If I must use that word, just like I used for the military at a point in time, I say now sea finish, they cause all these things. Well, those things may be embedded in religious, whatever, it may have a religious affiliation, but I actually don't believe in that, because I have a lot of good Muslims that don't see life that way. they believe in responsibility. I'm not trying to discourage Al-Majri in any way, but the Al-Majri should be well structured in such a way that it shouldn't be an avenue where somebody will produce children that he can't cater for, and the only thing he has left is just to push them into Al-Majri or not be responsible to them. And we should try to get rid of marrying a lot of women and having so many children that at the end of the day we are not responsible. That is what is giving birth to all this.